Welcome back to Angry Coach Marathon, where people who still play Starcraft, the few, the proud, the misguided, send in their replays. They have too much disposable income, so they decide to spend it here. Despite the fact that in-game, they most certainly have too much disposable income and they don't spend it at all. So this does not bode well for their decision-making. We're going to start out with a Diamond Protoss, who I'm sure has a high opinion of himself, mostly because he said it. Maybe not in so many words, but I give you level 1 slime. And by that I mean I don't give you level 1 slime. That's gonna be strike 1 for me. Off to a great start. I don't know what this replay is. Is this not? Wait, it is. It's just a different name. It is level 1 slime. You know what? The strike is now for him. Anyways. You might be like, Winter, how do you judge it? You can't judge a book by its cover. No, I judge a book by its words. Okay? And the words... let's see. The current map pool is super Terran-sided. Money laundering time. You have to go out of your way. Okay, alright. As we can see, an expert in the Diamond League here, our Protoss friend, knows what he's talking about and is not afraid to say it, though hopefully he is in the future. Alright, there's no barracks in the base. There's no barracks in his base. Okay. Do we care? There's no barracks in his base. I think we're just now... So usually when this happens, you build a zealot. And then... well, at least thank you for affording us...
Actually worked this time. There is no barracks
So,
in his base.
leaves the game. Despite the fact... Oh, wait, no. The Reaper died to the probes. This is why it was sent in. I was too busy watching a mediocre and half-assed response to the proxy rags. Of course, he's a Diamond Terran, so he's a little bitch. It comes with the territory. Or a large bitch. We've been over this before. Somehow, both large, massive, and small, tiny, insignificant bitch both mean the same thing. Effectively the same thing. But with that said, it's interesting how that works. But this should have been a zealot early on in order to deal with the Reaper. There should have been. Okay, wait a second. So I looked something up. So I was gonna be like, build a second pylon. You guys know the joke. This should have done critical damage. The probes killed it. That was stupid. Both players were terrible. But your second pylon was slow. So I was going to use that as an opportunity to smoothly transition into you guys probably know what. But then I found something else. I searched build a second pylon because this is how on hand Jimmy has it. And we found the DJ Case UK drum and bass remix, which is it a banger? Build a second pylon. Where's your second pylon? You need a second pylon. Build a second pylon. Where's your second pylon? You need a pylon. Build a second pylon. Where's your second pylon? Where's your second pylon? You need a pylon. Build a second pylon. Where's your second pylon? Where's your second pylon? You need a pylon. You are platinum. Do you want to be diamond? Need a second pylon. Build a second pylon. So with that, we do not have a second pylon. Okay.
Pylon. You need a second pylon. Build a second pylon.
So like many electronic songs, it is essentially the same thing repeated like 3 or 4 times. It's not terrible. We've got the cat marine in the background. There was some work put in. It sounds straight out of 2007, but not in a terrible way. It's like, this is a song that if you just didn't listen to the words and you had to put in the background, it'd be perfect for your Christian summer camp cool counselor orientation presentation. I'd pay dozens of dollars for the licensing rights to this, or maybe he should. You know what? It gets the okay of uh-huh. Anyways, like I was saying, 14 pylon, 16 probe, chrono boost, build a gate, scout with the probe, 17 assimilator, 2 more probes, 19 probe can go down the ramp. If he's already there, build a cyber core instead. Now 21 gas, 21 pylon, 22 if you won't forget, but you will forget, so stop fucking around. On the other side, does he have a gas? Yes, then you need maybe 2 build units. But if he has a Rex and just 1 gas, you're fine. Stop freaking out. Where's your second pylon? You need a pylon. You are platinum. Do you want to be diamond? Well, guess what? Fuck you. Build a second pylon. Where's your second pylon? You need a second pylon. Build a second pylon. I prefer 17 Nexus. I would like to make a statement. That's fucking stupid. You might be like, but I saw it in a Hearthstone video or something. Yeah, Hearthstone is literally double your MMR. Well, maybe not literally, but very close. Honestly, the response, it should have been a zealot. There should have been a battery. There should have been a pylon on time. These are all terrible pylon placements. And you decided, of all the replays to send in, this one. So your decision making is terrible, your response was mediocre, your ego is out of control, and your skill most definitely is not. But with that said, Terrans are bitches. So you're gonna end up with a alright and a B-. The hope score, for those who don't know, is based on the amount of information in this replay and other context. Not just limited to, but the whole context, whatever that might be. Your chances of, if you play a medium amount of games a week, and by medium amount, I mean 5 per league. 5 for bronze, 10 for silver, 15 gold, 20 for platinum, 25 diamond plus. In a month, how far I think you're gonna move up? Like for diamond, it's a tier up, because diamond tiers, just in terms of MMR, are huge. Below that, in the metal leagues, it is an entire league. But since apparently you've played since April 7th, 2 minutes of Starcraft, I'm actually gonna have to give it a not applicable, because it's very hard to rank up when you don't play any fucking Starcraft. But hypothetically, next, speaking of Diamond, as we continue to, off to a start here. Diamond 2 Terran, borderline smurfing, and Diamond 3. Yes, the border, I guess, is 1 tier. To practice TVT, otherwise 30. Here's the difference. Slimy did not add a description and then was like, I bet you've never seen a replay like this before, to which he was very confident, and he was fucking wrong. We've seen stuff like that, much more interesting, plenty of times, and every time people think they're clever. That's a very Protoss response. Whereas I give you a Terran of the same MMR about, and here's the description. Diamond 2 Terran, borderline Smurfy, and Diamond 3 TVP, otherwise 30% win rate. This game is as clean as a gas station bathroom. Looking forward to your disappointment and negative reinforcement. The fucking Terran player over here doing like a self-critical write-up about his matchups with an analytical breakdown of the stats. The Protoss being like, LOL, I killed the Reaper with probes. They're both the same MMR. Let's continue. You know that other Terran was like, oh my god, I'm doing the one mistake. There's a method, like whenever you make a mistake, no matter how small the mistake, you quit and restart. I think that's been advocated for by people who don't understand the mental strength of most people. The other Terran was probably at least pretending to do that. Probably he was just fucking tilted that he lost his first Reaper, but... What? I'm 800 MMR higher than him. Or was, rather. Okay, one, that's another strong statement. You did add the or was, which is something that... So, first I want to find out. Let's see. It's true. If he played more games and was of a similar level, it's true. I lied. Our Protoss friend over there with LOL, I killed the Reaper, 800 MMR higher. Here we are. Because of course he is.
Additional supply depots.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
I gotta say, Tuba of Charm is a top tier name, by the way. Just pointing that out.
SCV ready.
It's like, bring out the charming Tuba.
SCV ready.
Alright, so that's... Is that the right... That's the right spot.
Command center upgrade complete.
SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready.
I like it. The cameraman Reaper. Go get in, take a look around, get out. Kill the probe, cool. This is a big issue. You are 50 gas late on the reactor. That is the difference between having 5 Marines, or at least 3 Marines when an Adept comes across the map, and having 1. It takes 3 Marines minimum to kill an Adept. You know how every single little thing, even probes as we've seen, is annoying to Terran in the early game? Yeah, if you're just 20 seconds late on your reactor, it's not gonna help. My 3rd time submitting, I don't think he's ever been not immediately fed up with my shit. Okay, Slimy, it's over. You sent in 2 minutes of replay. There was no way it was gonna come out of it like, oh my god, this is just groundbreaking territory. There was literally not enough time in order to have any other opinion. Like, the best case scenario was like, wow, super interesting. Also, I would like to see an actual fucking game. You eternal disappointment. You're like, but Winter, I usually only last 3 minutes, and I don't need to know any more details than that. It's very obvious. You see, this is not what you do with your Marine. The Marine, was that a select all army hotkey? Probably. Rally error. Sure.
SCV ready.
Add-on.
So what is this? What are we doing?
Ready.
Why? Okay, tell me right now, what is the build? Raven plus 3rd CC. Why do you think you can just build a Raven? Like, why do you get to just make like 3 Marines and then build a Raven? It's like, but Maru does it. Probably does.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
You don't get to just skip to Starport with no units, because if they attack you with any amount of units, it's gonna be a problem. You, like, 1 Hellion is kind of okay, but not when your entire build is already slow, and also 3 CC against Protoss is quite a tall order. I mean, nothing has been technically, like, outright wrong. It's just very questionable decisions. Like, none of this is I would say, is like, you shouldn't be doing it. I'm just saying, it's more like a, do you like living question in about a third of games. Because a third of games, remember, he's a Diamond Protoss. He has the decision-making and social skills of a toddler, but he has very good units, so he only needs to make a few of them. And a Raven, let's be honest here, is a Raven gonna be the tool for the job at any point for you? Is Raven Micro really a strong suit? I question the Raven.
Our SCV is under attack. Add-on complete.
So, this is not good. He did a random ass, like, 2-gate adept build. Probably because he accidentally made a 2nd gate because he fucked up his build for no reason. That is usually the reason. The follow-up. Okay, okay. Dude. So part of the reason you didn't see that is because you just lost your Reaper to the first Adept, which was kind of a waste. I was hoping he'd lose the Orbital to Adepts, and then I could just turn the replay off, but here we are. So the beauty of this is almost all of the time whenever something like this happens, you come out ahead. Like, because now he's done his thing. The worker count is not great, but you do actually have a 1-1-1. The supply block was bad. This is when, like, a lot of Terran players try to use their brains, which is both to their credit and detriment. Because at this point, you're like, I wonder what he's going to follow up with. The answer correctly is always Dark Shrine. But it might not be in any way related to what has happened in the game. So right now, the most important focus, and this is a teaching moment, alright? Usually it's been a while since we did Angry Coach, so I haven't been worn down by the incredibly jagged social interactions and general questionable decision-making of dozens of Diamond players quite yet. I haven't been stabbed in the ear with their inevitable yet original and creative ways of explaining their own ineptitude. So with that said, all of that said, a lot of things said, all I want to know is, what do we do now? I'm not necessarily saying what you do in this game, what should be done at this stage of the game. 3CC is done. Whatever the fuck that was cleared out. 1-1-1 complete. What should be done? Apparently the name Helichaz. Cause it's a build I saw. Oh, was that an explanation for why the Raven? we're just gonna gloss right over that one. We're just gonna ignore that. Moving into, now what? I will answer the question, but the point is to answer it. Usually the stream delay is like 3 seconds, which is why we can kind of have a semi-real-time conversation, mostly to the detriment of my mental health, but I'm currently trying to spend my money. Okay, yes. That was implied. It's implied you spend your money. That's how you build things in the game. But what do we do? Like, what are we doing now? What's the priority? Like, more than 5 seconds. How about 30 seconds from now? Not 5, 30. Yeah, we'll let Twitch chat chime in just for their own benefit, I guess, because it's not helping here. Racks plus tech labs. Okay, so here's the answer, everyone. It's adding on production facilities, probably bio, because every Terran tries to go bio. Getting engineering base, in either order, but probably barracks first. Getting 3 Raxes, between 30 and 40 SCVs, which is right where we are. Getting an orbital on the 3rd, and then adding engineering bays while consistently producing SCVs. Like that, because we are here. That's from here. 3 CCs, 111, defended early attack. What do we do? Like,
SCV ready.
okay.
SCV ready.
Okay. Like, why don't you just say the right words? You're doing the right things.
Ready to roll out.
If he gets an NG bay by like 6:15, then there you go.
Complete.
How hard was that? That wasn't that hard. You did it. You just couldn't explain it in English, which maybe first language isn't English, but you did write an essay with the donation, so I'm starting to be confused here. It's like, yeah, but I had that peer-reviewed by 4 other Diamond Terrans. It's like, oh my god. Stop.
SCV ready.
Goddamn Terrans. Okay. I get it. It feels much more professional to, like, drop a tech lab on something. Like, doing the ring around the add-ons here feels professional. It's fine. Just, like, don't get addicted to it. It's one of those mini games that people are like, now I feel like Beyond. Just don't spend too much time on it. Like, this is fine. It just seems like maybe a little too fine. That makes sense. It's one of my pet peeves is when I see players, like, building add-ons for the explicit purpose of handing them off to someone else, like it's some sort of complicated strategy. Nope. I mean, it's good it's in your head. Alright? It's good the engineering bay's on the mind. That's for high-sec auto-tracking and building. We did forget the first 2. Of course. The classic Protoss follow-up. It's like, well, my random-ass amount of adepts didn't work? Well, here's some DTs, you son of a bitch. Like, and there you go. And all the DTs died on 1 scan. Okay. He just learned to speak, okay? It's hard for Protoss. They don't have mouths. Another one of my pet peeves. Like, I have no problem. I have significantly less problem with building for NG base than I do with, like, getting addicted to add-on switching. Okay, because building, like, it's 250 extra minerals. The only thing that bothers me more is when people are like, ah, what a fucking noob. He built 4 engineering bays. I don't even build 2 just to conserve my money because it only takes a little while to get 1-1. And what is an armory? I'm silver in Wings of Liberty and I'm in the chat and I can just talk and it's free. And maybe I should fix that. Shut the fuck up. Okay, moving on. Good response.
Mineral field depleted.
That's a strong response, I will say.
Under attack.
SCV ready.
Research complete. Research
It was at this moment he realized redundancy is key.
complete.
SCV ready.
Additional supply depots.
Let's have a blast.
Mineral field depleted.
Armed and ready.
This is a good army. It took a little while to get here, but obviously there were some roadblocks. But everything, like, at this point, everything's going the direction it should be. I mean, besides this part, but ignore that.
Base is under attack. Our SCV is under attack. Base is under attack. Mineral upgrade. Upgrade.
Oh, he really wants that Raven.
Want a piece of me, boy? SCV ready.
Mineral field depleted.
I mean, a little rough around the edges. I would maybe reconsider the 3cc into Raven build and add in maybe some more factory units, but A-. Like, all the stuff, but the minus is mostly for not being able to translate your gameplay into words very well, but I mean, it couldn't have gone. There's nothing there I would change besides, like, maybe rethinking opening 3cc Raven, because sometimes I bet it doesn't go, like, he doesn't do a random adept timing, but instead it's like an oracle, or it's like blink stalkers, and suddenly you have no fucking units at all. Like, you have one Raven to counter 10 blink stalkers, and that just doesn't do it. But not bad, and actually a little boringly decent. I'm sure we'll get over it though, because now we have even more Terrans. A TVT in the Platinum League against 3cc Raven. Absolute Henny, which is quite a name. Oh, it's loading an old patch. When is this replay from? March 13th. Wow. Uh-huh. I didn't play much 1v1. Okay. For reference, for posterity, by the way, it is May.
SCV ready.
When in 25 years, this is in the Esports Gamer Hall of Fame, as are all of my angry coaches for changing the world for the better.
Additional supply depots.
Then you will now know.
SCV ready.
Why do you just say have fun and not GLHF?
SCV ready.
Is there a reason?
SCV ready.
Not too much. You don't want to give him too much luck.
Gangway coming
Command center
No luck,
upgrade
only fun.
complete.
SCV ready.
Okay. Alright. So, every part, like, none of this is right. I mean, actually, all of it is right, but it's all at the wrong times. So what is that tech lab gonna be for? He doesn't remember, it was 2 months ago. If you start researching STEM, I want you to think about how many Marines with like... Okay. Oh yeah. Well. It's time. Real quick. Everyone, deep breaths. What we're gonna do is we're not gonna breathe until he does anything but Micro the Reaper, because we're not playing a MOBA game here, so if you feel like you're gonna die in real life, maybe that's why you die in game. Alright.
SCV ready.
That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. He just kind of fucking lost the Reaper, so... It was nice of him to do that. For the people. So, I mean, I guess we'll do this. I don't expect a real answer, but... What's the build? What is the plan? Why are we getting an engineering bay at 2.5 minutes into the game? Sloppy 211 into adaptive mech marine mix. You had the first word, but from there it went very downhill. Yeah, Sloppy's pulling a whole lot of weight in that sentence. Because just because you build 2 barracks, don't have enough gas for a starport, and technically have an engineering bay, doesn't mean it's a 211. Like, that's like saying, like, an apple made out of plastic. Well, it's an apple. If you bite it, you're going to be eating plastic, which might explain your childhood, and might explain why you think this is a 211. I usually win games past minute 12. Ah, so if he is equally stupid and unable to actually do anything competent for at least 12 minutes, which most Platinum players that describes, then you usually win games. I assume that's when the 211 comes together, because that's, for reference, a 211 should hit around 5 minutes to 5:30 on the outside with 2 medevacs, stim, and +1. I think we'd be lucky to have any of those things by that time. Three Reapers can end it early. Well then, maybe... Okay, you know what? It's already very clear by the fact we're not here for coaching. We're here for entertainment. And that's what Angry Coach is all about. People pretending like they want to learn, but really, honestly, they're masochists, misled, or just... There are some words, and then there are other words. I could say a lot of words. He said a lot of words. We've all said a lot of words. But I'll leave you with one word. Sloppy. That, I think, is going to be the one that sums it up. Alright, alright. So. Nope. Let's say he was building any unit out of his starport. Why would this turret stop him? the beauty of it is we saw the starport timing. It's like, well, a starport exists, so therefore I need to start defending air units. You know what else can defend air units? Is anything but random ass fucking turrets straight out of Bronze League Heroes. Someone forgot the gas. Who? Who forgot it? I thought we were doing a 2-1-1. You wouldn't take a second gas until... Oh, I guess here we are. No, this isn't Bronze League Heroes. This is most of the replays. By the way, we put some more replays in the Discord, and we're looking for judges. It'd be awesome. You can check them out. Because most of the replays submitted to Bronze League Heroes are players like this, who wait till minute 12 to attack, get in a weird, awkward situation that they think is entertaining, kind of flounder around for like 12 more minutes, and waste everyone watching its time. This is no exception. These are exactly the type of games sent in. It's like, my build is so quirky and dumb. Look how many turrets I made.
Command center
Look,
upgrade.
I just build turrets all the time. I got turret syndrome. And here we are. Really what it is
Complete.
like, if I wanted to wait 15 minutes for something mediocre to happen, and then someone just dies, I'd play Escape from Tarkov. Okay, at least I'm getting paid for this. Ah, we're supply blocked. And turret blocked. As you can see. We didn't yet get the requisite number of turrets to pay off Vinny, who runs the turret company down at the engineering bay. My cousin, as you know. He's really having a rough time since the pandemic. Not a lot of air units been coming over. Mostly ground.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
If only there was a simpler way to scout your opponent's natural.
Additional supply depots required.
Okay, this is... Oh, we already have 2 strikes. I don't want to give it 3 strikes, because I am interested in seeing how stupid this gets, and how much of, like... This is actually nearly exactly what is sent into about half of Bronze League Heroes replays. There are a lot of Terrans. There are a lot of Terrans who eventually go battle cruisers after literally nothing happening and too many turrets. And usually the person who sends it in wins because, 1, they know to send it in, which means they've watched my channel, which means they're actually a marginally better player when they get around to it 20 minutes into the fucking game. I find this amusing. Despite having not 1, not 2, but 5 missile turrets, a Banshee has still managed to kill multiple SCVs. That is just...
SCV ready.
2 Banshees, actually. Now, like, you might be like, well, what this means, we need to beef up turret production. We need a wider perimeter. We need high-sec auto-tracking. We need 14 more engineering bays. Okay, all right. It's like, we need every SCV to have a missile turret in its back pocket. The Terran Security Agency is getting a big budget increase after this.
Are under attack.
Okay, so after multiple scans, a half dozen fucking... like, the beauty of this being, like, you know what we really need is more turrets. Somehow, what we got out of this was we need more turrets. Which means there is no hope.
Get the fuck out of here!
And, like, from the very start, as soon as I had to load an old fucking patch to get into the game, it was clear that there was no educational value. But let us just skip to whatever stupid end there is.
field completed.
SCV ready.
Additional supply depots.
Ready to blunder. This better be good. Ready to blunder. SCV ready. Ready to blunder.
Research deployed. Research.
Another key trend to the meta leagues are like, well, since I only work up the courage to play 3 games a year, there's no reason to end it quickly.
Under attack.
Ready for dust off.
Add-on complete. Command center upgrade.
Liberation is
Upgrade complete.
ready.
Add-on complete.
So now, at a time 5 minutes after your average pro would have been maxed out easily, we have +1, +2, +1. They almost look like real armies. All you have to do is take away the timer and hide the turrets.
Additional research.
We're now building Thors, because Thors are cool.
Ready for dust.
Oh yeah, Stim hasn't Stim is finished.
Upgrade complete.
Real valuable use of Vikings
Mineral
there.
field depleted.
Like, it's impressive how hard it is for them to kill each other. Like, TVT, Defender's Advantage, is probably stronger than almost any other matchup, but they're really doing a good job of making sure the other one gets incredible fights.
Base is under mineral field.
Why are we making Thors?
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Oh no. He's escaped.
Better be good.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field.
So, I'm sorry. I don't know. It might just have been a nightmare. It might have been a fever dream. But I have a small inkling of someone saying 12 minutes of almost nothing and then some crazy intense game because they're both too stupid to kill each other. Or something along those lines. I don't remember very clearly. It might have been a hallucination.
Depleted.
Ready to blunder. Armed and ready.
Mineral field. Our mineral fields are under attack.
Reporting for action. Ready for dust off.
Mineral field.
I mean, the one thing that we can give credit for is using 2 more hotkeys than your average Protoss. Despite everything, for the army, that is.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field. Vespine geyser successful.
C-. That is, well, you're probably already back in gold. But there's nothing there that shows an intention to actually improve. It's essentially just Advanced Silver League. Advanced Silver League is just like building turrets and stumbling into siege tanks and then thinking you need to switch your unit composition to win the game, when all you need to do is actually build more units. I mean, like, there's no intent. It's shame. Shame, by the way. Thankfully. Thank you
Shame.
for bringing us this.
Shame.
At least we get the
Shame.
opportunity. I gotta go relog into Starcraft to fucking modern gaming. It's part of his adaptable marine mech mix. When you're advertising it like a fucking variety pack discount at an outlet store as opposed to a unit composition, maybe you have no fucking plan, and that is a somewhat clever way to say, I have no idea, I'm just gonna build shit. Oh my god. Next up is another Terran. Jester of Flesh, aka Jester, is a Platinum Terran up against a Protoss. The outcome doesn't matter, I need to get better. Well, maybe if you weren't supply blocked for, let's see, 4 minutes of a 13-minute game, maybe you'd have a dream. That is impressive. Like, imagine if Usain Bolt was running the 100-meter dash, and then, like, just for him, not for his opponent or opponents, they just put, like, a brick wall in front of him for a few seconds at a time. It's like, no, hold up, stop right there. You might be like, well, that seems dumb. I think it's actually a pretty good analogy, because when you're running, you build up momentum, right? I assume, from running experience, you build up momentum. Like, you don't go 0 to 100. You go, you take some time to build up. So you know what race gets punished the most for getting supply blocked, especially supply blocked for a long period of time? It would be a race that not only doesn't have a production mechanic they can queue up, or they can bank up or speed up, it's one that relies on a constant stream of unit production that, for example, when you get started again, you restart. Protoss, they get on supply block, they can just warp in a dozen zealots. Zerg, well, how convenient, I got 24 larvae. Terran, I have 3 barracks, 5 marines queued up on each of them, and 0 fucks. How did I get 1,400 minerals? Why do I keep losing to Protoss? I don't know. Let's get started. So my recommendation is actually play the game as opposed to playing 2/3 of it. Never answer the question, and also, especially, you see, the thing is, it seems genuine because it was at the start. It wasn't like 58 seconds in when the probe comes in. It was at the very start. We're like deep enough in the metal leagues. And also, Missouri. It's the totally not the South of the South.
SCV ready.
Additional supply ready.
Nice place, Utah.
SCV ready.
Do you have strong opinions on Utah?
SCV ready. SCV ready.
It exists.
SCV ready.
Ohio is the south of the north. Missouri is the north of the south. But very similar, though.
Oh, good.
Missouri's just
Now I have your attention.
too insignificant to
Lambo
care
is
that
chilling
much
for
about,
7
though.
months.
This better be good.
Your command center upgrade is complete.
Has everyone decided they're doing a shitty 2-on-1 today? So for those of you watching this, when I reference this in my casts, maybe a little bit much often, like the 2-1-1. And I'm like, every diamond player is, in this case, platinum, has been trying to do it for fucking 4 years and not done it right the entire time and are still trying to do it. This is what I mean. 0 SCVs in production. The mule is 15 seconds late on dropping. No second depot. No bunker. Thank you, J. Lambo. What the fuck is this?
SCV ready.
He's too busy talking about Utah. Alright.
Add-on complete.
Maybe let Joseph talk, and you, on the other hand, figure out your goddamn build. Like, you can't just show up. It starts now. It starts now. Okay? And it doesn't get better. Not that. That's for Protoss players. They need videos. They're not good at numbers. Terrans like to pretend they're good at numbers. Need I fucking remind you? Like, it is literally your second depot. If you can't avoid getting supply blocked at 23, you know what? I'm with the guy like in Slimy's game that he was so hyped about. If you fuck up this badly early on, just fucking leave. Alright? Pull a Terran and just get out. Okay? Be like, we never learned to count past 23 in Missouri. And so, there you go. There's your excuse. Start proxy raxing. Like, you can't just forget your second depot. That's completely unfucking acceptable.
More shoebox depot thing.
No, the solution is not build another depot. You see, this is why it starts fucking spiraling out of control. Why? Because your command center, which you've spent 400 minerals on, is about to fucking finish, and it's worth 2 depots, so you're not going to be supply blocked. Now you're building 2 depots, which is less SCVs mining, less minerals to build, you know, units. Units which could counter a stalker. A stalker which is in your base at a normal fucking time. It's just your build is so goddamn mediocre, it could be called the Missouri of builds. Here we are. Now there's 2 stalkers, which, I mean, we did scout, actually. Technically, we did scout that. I didn't even notice. I was too busy making fun of Missouri. Once again, we've got another... This is completely different player, different level, another Terran versus Protoss. Protoss over here with fucking 2 random-ass gates that we scouted. By the way, you were too busy microing your SCV against a probe than thinking like, oh, he has 2 gateways. Maybe I need, I don't know, a fucking bunker? No. There's no bunker. Supply blocked. It's a goddamn disaster because you can't even get the first 2 minutes right. I stopped my 1-1-1 to build another Rex. That's like saying... That's like saying, I don't know, like, oh my god. I got frightened and supply blocked. Wait, what the fuck are you saying? You know what? Don't talk. It's hurting me. Oh. Right now, we're going in circles, okay? This isn't your family tree. You need to think about finding some direction. Have a bit, like, don't worry about what the fuck he's doing. A normal ass 1 Rax expand would be fine. If you got a 1 Rax expand with a reactor on time, with a second depot on time, and a bunker on time, you'd be fine. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or 2 stalkers. 3 stalkers might be a problem, but 3 stalkers aren't here. If you just did everything on time, you'd have the bunker. Like, the Stalkers don't get there much quicker, even if he doesn't expand. He has to build a Cyber Core and then build a Stalker and then fucking pony trot across the map. Also, why would building another Reg? Just in general, for you Terrans out there who actually are capable of learning, more barracks are not going to save you. What's going to save you are tech buildings. Is one more Marine every 20 seconds going to counter fucking anything? Is that the solution? Or is having, I don't know, a Liberator, or a tank, or a Banshee, or even a Raven? Which of those seems more important? Or maybe like 3 more unstimmed, uncombat shielded Marines. That's what you can get with the second Rax. So even as a panic move, it's a terrible fucking one. If your reaction, it's better than building an engineering bay, but not by that much.
We finished that add-on.
By the way, the game should be over now, because despite having the money and over double the supply, you're not building anything out of the factory. If he literally just figured out how to walk across the map, yeah, like it should be essentially over. How long is this game? 13 minutes. How do you manage to get supply blocked for another 3 minutes of this game if right now you're at 22 out of 54? I guess the Stalkers killed at least one depot. He had to look away for any amount of seconds, so the Stalkers just die.
Donation confirmed.
What was more...
Absolute Henny just donated $25.
I'd rather he didn't. What was more useful? Every single fucking one of the Marines or one Cyclone? That was a rhetorical question. I don't want you to try to answer. You might get it wrong. So, like, was it better to have another couple Marines or get a Cyclone? Here we are.
New subscriber detected.
Lion in the Pride is chilling for 7 months.
Additional supply.
The beauty of this is he has nothing. He had the equivalent of throwing his feces at your base of Protoss builds, which is pretty complicated for a Protoss. And it was almost enough. But he didn't quite land it because your build was also shit.
More shoebox command center got systems go. Additional supply depots are required. More shoebox depots. Additional supply depots are required.
Wow, we're gonna really increment to build more than one depot at a time.
The minerals.
Oh my god. Where are you going? What did you see? What the fuck is this, you stupid bitch? What the fuck? Were there any units? It's like, no. Defending a third base is actually far too difficult. The classic, like, I built a third, but now I have to defend it, and that stresses me out move.
SCV ready.
Mineral field.
SCV ready.
Okay, so, let's do some math. Alright? One Marauder is 100 minerals. I don't even care about the gas. 4 Marauders is 400 minerals. One barracks is 150 minerals. All right? One supply depot is 100 minerals. You have 4 supply depots or 2 barracks and 1 supply depot in queue. Actually, technically not perfectly accurate because, well, if you actually count the other stuff, but
the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you.
But instead you're like, I don't know, just hit the production keys. I have no hotkeys, and I'm not going to use hotkeys because then they'll accidentally screw up my scouts. What did you see? What the fuck? I realized I didn't have enough SCVs on my main or natural, so I moved it back. What the fuck is wrong with you? One, apparently you know what numbers mean, which is annoying. And two, why are we getting... We're getting mag field accelerator, but not 1-1. I get it, you're building an armory. You're putting the cart before the horse-drawn carriage. One, mag field accelerator is kind of useless, even if you have 3 cyclones. You're not going to micro the cyclones. You can't even micro your own production. So maybe have some priorities. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there going to be an observer? This is the only time I'll say build a fucking turret. Maybe you'll remember your NG bays then. Like, you're such a... Here's the problem for a lot of Terrans. They're such fucking bitches. It is... Even many of the pros sometimes. It's like, oh, a Protoss has hurt me before, therefore I have to, like, make sure I have it in the budget to actually take my own third, because otherwise it might be somewhat vulnerable. And also, I don't want to move out of my base because he could have Protoss unit. He has 3 Nexi. Multiple times, you have walked up to his 3rd Nexus. He has 3 bases. He's had 3 bases. And you're over here nickel and diming your SCVs that you can't even build because you're supply blocked half the time. What the fuck?
Not finished. Ready for done.
How about we just take all of the units and attack? Let alone the fact that we forgot Stim, Combat, Shield, +1/+1. They're all super late. They should have been high priority, and now 10 minutes in, which is when you could have conceivably had 3-3 finishing. 1-1 isn't even done. Like, the Protoss chimpanzee over there, to continue the metaphor from earlier, he actually learned how to get upgrades. You know how hard that was for him? Like, a Protoss in the Platinum League getting upgrades. He's got +1 air. He's got +1 armor. Like, he actually got upgrades before you. But you have mag field accelerator, so those 3 cyclones that are going to die before any fight starts, I guarantee you the only reason the rest of your army is not going to die is because here are the 2 options. There are only 2 options for Mr. I have 1,100 minerals and 1,100 motherfucking gas right now. There are only 2 options for the cyclones. 1, I'm sending out a drop, so I'm going to micro the drop so hard, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to micro my army so hard, and the cyclones aren't going to die because I'm going to be staring at it. We're going to have enough so that each of the SCVs can open up a retirement account, and eventually when I die several minutes from now, they won't be able to cash out on it. It'll actually all just go to waste because I'm going to die to 1 storm or something. What is that? No, not that. God damn it, Jimmy. Got a whole new setup. Alright, it's complicated. It's like switching from doing a 2-1-1 after doing a 2-1-1 for all the 48 games you played in the last 3 years. Even when you try not to, you end up doing the worst version of a 2-1-1. And here we are. What is this? What is 1 medevac gonna do? What the fuck is 1 medevac gonna do at this time that having 50 more supply isn't? Explain to me what the fuck this medevac is going to accomplish? Why in the actual hell would this medevac do any fucking damage? Do you think he doesn't have an army large enough to kill 8 supply of bio? There is nothing else happening. So unless he's directly outside your front door knocking, looking to come in which case you'd have no idea because the entire map is dark. This medevac is best case scenario going to fly in and fucking die. Meanwhile, you are supply blocked with terrible upgrades, mediocre production, and a significant, overwhelming, and possibly terminal case of being a total fucking bitch. But I'm sure this medevac will change all of that.
More shoebox depot.
You queue up 5 siege tanks, however many dozens of marauders, and are still supply blocked.
We finished that.
After all that, you took your macro turn, such as it is. And you still made 0D. You didn't hear anything about, like, no. My work here is done. I queued up units, so that way when I lose... The thing is, you had medevacs. Why didn't you send 3? You sent 1, you fucking coward. Like, 1 medevac, you're not even gonna lose enough supply in this to use half your production. Like, this is... Oh my god. This is the thoughts and prayers of medevacs. It's like, well, I hope I do some damage.
Nice.
1 immortal will probably... Yeah, it's 3 marauders. 1 immortal just kills this. 1 immortal on its fucking own. Oh my god, we're just... It's already...
Get the fuck out of here!
1 immortal is just going to kill it all. While you stare at it, by the way. Like... You say to get better. Literally staring at... Explain to me. This needs to be said in a clear and concise manner. Why the fuck would 1 medevac ever do anything other than lasting emotional damage to your own troops? Do you think he has 0 units? And he's also left to go get a fucking pizza. Because he could, and that medevac would still do nothing. Why would 1 medevac ever do anything? So the beauty of this, I think... Oh, by the way, just on icing on the shit cake, Stim's about to finish. Not that I think Stim Pack would have significantly changed the outcome of how that medevac drop would have gone. It's just a beautiful demonstration of how much it was a...
Oh,
that was the equivalent of, like, I know you are, but what am I?
Anti-Roo is chilling for
Like,
6 months.
that level of counterattack there. Like, hey, Joseph, was it you who ate the shit cake? No, I couldn't. Why? Because I'm vegetarian.
Search complete.
SCV ready.
More shoebox depot thingies needed. Your upgrade is done.
Let's have a blast. It's about to get heavy.
We got an armory like 7 minutes ago, but 2-2 is never happening. Alright, let's light the fire. Oh, there you go. Okay, so you hotkeyed the medevac. You've hotkeyed the tanks. May I introduce you to hotkeying your own army? Maybe the fucking army? Also, nobody talk besides Jester. What's wrong with this picture? Yeah, the point of the vegetarian statement was it made no sense, it's arguably incorrect, and the only thing it does is make stupid people argue more, and that's what I think of both Twitch chat and Terrans. The line is very bad. What you got out of this is the line is very bad. Not, I don't have... What I'm here, I need to do my 311 Stim Combat Shield timing build 100 times in a custom game. Maybe once. Maybe once to start. Maybe once. Yeah, I didn't hear Combat Shield. I didn't hear hotkeys. And also, you said you were doing a 111. None of this has been anything of what... Like, it's not do it 100 times in a custom game. And it's not do it not at all. It's do it more than 0 times. More than 0. Not 100. Two. How about 2? The beauty of this is the Protoss. How many hotkeys do you think he has? That's cute. He has a hotkey for his 3 gates, which is 3 out of, like, 8. Of course not his army. So, like, somehow the Protoss is really gonna manage to
And they're out
leap
here.
from the chasm or the cliff of victory into the chasm of defeat. So despite your best efforts, you will win. Shame. At least we get a bit of an arguable one. Like the one before it, the other Plat Terran, just advanced silver player. There's a difference between an advanced silver player and a struggling diamond here. Like, while that is shame, and there's so much to be ashamed of, most of it looked like someone who does at some point have an opportunity to improve. But, like, when you somehow spend more time commenting on Utah than figuring out how to build your second depot, maybe your priorities are about as wrong as they could possibly get. I was silver literally 3 months ago. I was silver. 3 months later, I was diamond. Okay? That's a cool story. I don't know if I'm supposed to be like, oh, or... Oh, well, I don't know what you want. What do you want from me on that? Are you sure I'm not advanced silver? Well, when you get out of silver and you get to gold and then you get to platinum, and it's 2, like if silver plus 2 leaks, yes. Okay, there you go. Stop trying to be clever. We saw where it got you. Blue Hair Critic is next. Can I get a not Terran for once? Oh, here we go. A Protoss.
New subscriber detected.
At 2550, I don't know.
30 months.
Why are you
You're the
throwing me blue?
best.
Sending the account with a ton of games. Platinum Protoss. Now here we go. Versus Terran. We can just go to the other side. Okay. That is quite a graph. No Platinum Zerg. We haven't had all the stereotypes. No, this is how it works. The Terrans especially, they're the ones who actually know Angry Coach is happening. They're the ones who have, like, their essay prepared. The Protoss are the ones with the disposable income and the fun games that they want to show. And the Zerg are the ones who eventually end up there. But usually it's a couple weeks into doing Angry Coach again. And then all the Terrans and Protoss have gotten their replays out of the way. And the Zergs are like, oh yeah. But I did not expect to have many Zerg, especially low-level Zerg. because the Venn diagram of disposable income and ability to plan ahead is small. The overlap there. If you choose from today... Oh, wait. So, like, you sent me your account to, like, pick a replay, and then you're telling me which replay to pick? Alright, well... Alright, then. He's telling you which not to pick. Wait. That one was fine. He told me what not to pick after I had already picked a different one. Alright, back to where we... Okay. I'm trying to understand the hate on Terran. Okay, you must be a Protoss. Or a Zerg, actually. I mean, that really narrows it down, but... Well, one, the classic of, like, it's not a hate on Terran. I guess you could describe it. It's like how nowadays when somebody's being funny, they're memeing. Which makes me die inside about 20% more than regular life every time I hear it. Like, there's a certain amount of that each day. That's called living. But every time I'm like... Let me do my best. I'm sorry. Not gonna lie. To be honest, I cringe when people say I'm memeing, bro. Shake my head.
New subscriber detected.
Thank you, Jolie Boy. Oh, by the way, let's take a moment.
Chilling for 35 months.
Let's take a moment. To talk about all the exciting ways to give me money. I mean, I know that's what we're doing tonight. We got a hype train on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like and subscribe. Let me talk about YouTube for a sec. YouTube's a bitch, alright? Stupid bitch. But thank you for watching. Something YouTube has pointed out is if you get like a poll, occasionally, a couple times a month, you'll get like a survey at the end of a video, and it'll be annoying. So, if you get a survey on this or any other of my videos, which getting to the end of it is already a whole deal, it doesn't matter what you put. It'll be like, how much did you like this video? There'll be the actual star system. Remember 2006? Where it's like 1 to 5 stars? And then you'll be like, what did I like? Just put 1 star and say, fuck this guy. You know what that does? That says people cared enough to actually interact with this, and that's all we care about. We don't care whether they said they liked it or not. They watched the whole thing, and then they talked about it, and that's what matters. So, with all that said, oh yeah, we were selling out. We got a hype train on Twitch for 3.5 more minutes. You know what's exciting about that? If you subscribe with Amazon Prime for free every single month, I get more money. If you subscribe with money, you might get ripped off by the App Store or the Play Store, so try to do it on browser, where you don't get ripped off as much. I get more money. And apparently there's like a pilot system that in some countries it will be more reasonable to give me money. So, all exciting things. So, you can make the difference today. As we see, many people have too much money, both in and out of game. And they say more money, more problems. But as a StarCraft 2 expert, former Grandmaster, now disappointment, I am more experienced and accomplished at handling more of those problems than obviously you are. So, trust your money in good hands. Mine. Thank you. Subscribe.
Carrier has arrived.
And his name is John C.
Thank you, Mike Corbin.
Are you kidding me right now?
For 4 years. That very YOLO guy. No, investing. So what happens is I take your money, because you know, like, if you make $500, you make $502, then essentially you're making no money because taxes. You might be like, Winter, that's not how taxes work. Shh. Shh. This is Amazon we're talking about. It's a dirty word. So, just send me the money, and it's essentially like a tax refund. The only thing I have to say legally is I am not a financial advisor, and it is nothing like anything I just said. But besides that, it's what I've said.
6 months. Haven't played SC in like
Come on, Winter, enough sellout now, says the person who's not subscribed. Apparently, I'm not doing enough. Thank you, Just Call Me Jim. He's playing hard to get, alright? He's like, I haven't seen you. I was the original spawning pool streamer, okay? Nowadays, everyone else is just copying me. It's copyright infringement. I'm being infringed upon. So please, like and subscribe to pay my legal bills for the lawsuits and swimsuits that will be coming soon. Please support me in my quest. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jay Lambo. Thank you, Solon. And the people. How do I send this guy money? I didn't understand his advertisement.
Oh, good. Now I have your attention.
Avatar Devil 29 is chilling for 15 months. Love the negative reinforcement. Go get them, coach.
I don't like money that much. Moving on. Thank you, Avatar Devil. Sometimes there's an opportunity cost. The opportunity is I get more money. The cost is the degradation of my mental health. Speaking of, Platinum Protoss. Alright, so why does the pylon go there? What's that pylon doing?
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now?
Take these problems, Winter.
Is that... We're just kind of putting it out there? Nice little, just chilling. I mean, so the implication is put it somewhere else. Usually putting it by the gas geyser, like around here, and then a gateway you can partially wall off the Reaper, use it for a shield battery or something in your mineral line, decent for warpins. Or you can put it out here and look like a Silver Leaguer. It's your choice. It serves no purpose besides making you feel less stressed out about things being in your base.
Donation confirmed.
Thank you, Bubda.
Donated $20. Thanks for your streams.
Alright, so that your build is bad. It's a terrible build. Every part of this build is bad. Like, it's not... Like, it's all the right stuff. But all at... No, well, no. It's not the right stuff. You don't build a Zealot before a Cyber Core. That's wrong. That's just wrong. You don't do that. That is kind of a big fucking deal. On the bright side, though. On the bright side. Which would not be the side that would describe you, but the bright side. 14 pylon, 16 probe, chrono boost, build a gate, scout with the probe, 17 assimilator, 2 more probes, 19 probe can go down the ramp. If he's already there, build a cyber core instead. Now 21 gas, 21 pylon, 22 if you won't forget, but you will forget, so stop fucking around. On the other side, does he have a gas? Yes, then you need maybe 2 build units. But if he has a Rex and just 1 gas, you're fine. Stop freaking out. Where's your second pylon? You need a pylon. You are platinum. Do you want to be diamond? Well, guess what? Fuck you. Build a second pylon. Where's your second pylon? You need a second pylon. Build a second pylon. So a lot of people take the second pylon away from that, and for good reason. But what I like to compare it to is, maybe it's not a perfect comparison, but it's like Gundam style. Because everybody knows he says Gundam style, right? The song is called Gundam Style. He says Gundam style. He also says a lot of other shit, and I'm not saying it's as important to your build order, but it's in Korean, so it might just be a Starcraft build. I can't say for sure. But what I'm saying is, there were other words, and those words have been ignored. At no point does it say zealot. That is very clear. At no point. So that is just fucking wrong. It says second pylon after Cybercore. This is all like it's. Wait, did I already give a strike for this? Or was that already there? Either way, it stands. What the fuck? Like, you can't. This is completely unacceptable. You are never getting to diamond like this. The second pylon is very important, and that was assuming you already managed to build the building that allows you to do any of the builds past Cannon Rush. Like, if you're like, well, I just Cannon Rush all my other games, then 1, get the fuck out. And 2, that would make sense. Otherwise, this is completely and utterly unacceptable. Like, even for Platinum. Like, you'd struggle, maybe not against Terrans who are going to sit in their base for 12 minutes anyways, but against Zerg at least, who's going to build Zerglings because that's all they know how to do. Like, you can't just forget your cyber core. It is the core of your fucking build. Like, you can't. 10 seconds late is already bad. 20 seconds late is terrible. An entire zealot? I don't know how long a zealot was. It 32 seconds? 27! So not as long, but who knows?
Careful now. There.
I'm sorry, what was that? Ah. Well, that explains a lot. Maybe if you used an announcer who actually knows build orders, you'd be inspired to learn them.
Base is under attack.
Okay, so Warp Gate. Like, have we already given 2 strikes? I guess. I don't even, I just keep whipping them out. Like, you're queuing up a second Stalker. This is making me start to question, like, how do we even get to Platinum? Which is impressive, because, like, I'm pretty sure you don't necessarily even have to be at your keyboard most of the time as Protoss to get to Platinum, but here we are. I mean, that might explain it. Warp Gate starts a solid minute late. On top of the Cyber Core, that was nearly 30 seconds late. On top of the fact we're spamming Stalkers, which are already just terrible. Stalkers are only good at making you feel like you have anti-air, not actually really providing it. You're never gonna be okay, we're double Nexus. You see Terrans, you see my Terran SA friends. When you scout the Protoss and you immediately have a mental breakdown because you remembered that Protoss exists, this is what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with Parting's fucking DT build. You're not dealing with Zest's Blink Stalkers. You're not dealing with Trap's Oracle timing. You're dealing with this shit sandwich where on each side of it is some sort of, like, mental breakdown resulting in drooling onto the keyboard, the electrical impulses of which somehow build stalkers. Is shorting out the keyboard abilities. I assume that's the only way, because this is typical, but also sad. Alright. Yeah, like, when a Terran player sees a probe, what they see is, like, 14 storms on their uncombat shielded Marines, which I didn't notice didn't have combat shield. They see a swarm of carriers and void rays, while simultaneously multiple disruptors and colossi are in their mineral line. That's what they see. But what they should see is what's right in front of them, which is fucking 2 stalkers building out of gateways. And then a double expand before Warp Gate finishes because he forgot what to do with his minerals. He could double expand again. That's how little plan there is. I like how everything comes back to the Terrans, because at least the Terrans have the potential to learn.
Another upgrade done.
With the Protoss, it's like, it's not like anything happened. With the Terrans, there's at least an excuse, usually. It's like, well, a probe existed. Or, like, I saw a gap, or there's usually an excuse. Here it was just, the cyber core did not pop up in the primitive mind space of the Protoss for like an extra minute. Like, it just didn't, like, you just didn't exist. Nothing happened, and then the cyber core was late. There was a completely unforced error. It just wasn't there.
Your base is being attacked. This mineral field, it's mine now.
And we're still building. Like, this is how you know that you haven't watched any of my guides. And if you have watched any of my guides, which I admit are not the most recent, because if they were more recent, I would probably, in more colorful and more dramatic language, say, do not build stalkers. 4 stalkers if they have any air units. If they're going for air, and you better be fucking sure they are, then build Stargates. 4 stalkers is enough to kill a Liberator or Medevac, and not waste your money and time on a unit you can't use and is the most expensive placeholder for knowing how to play the game since the Void Ray. You're over here with fucking 7 Stalkers and Immortal, 2 Gateways with 4 next. It's just wrong. Every part of it is wrong. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here!
I could have stopped with it. Like, if I actually really wanted him to improve, which, I mean, that's optimistic. I could have stopped with the Cyber Core. Not with the, oh, let me whip out my Prima strategy guide and start checking shit off that I haven't built yet. We could have started, like, you simply cannot be 30 seconds late on your Cyber Core. You don't deserve to win. I'm not Artosis, but I'm willing to go full Artosis on this one. Like, if your Cyber Core is 30 seconds late and you still win, you didn't deserve it. Like, you can't just get your big brother who actually knows how to play the game to take over at the 8-minute mark. You can turn it off if it doesn't get better. The point is, it does get better.
Now they're gone.
And that's the annoying... Oh my... Like, everyone... I think this is beautiful. This is truly beautiful. You guys remember literally this is not the same game, obviously, nor the same players, but they are both platinum. Remember that previous match with the Platinum Terran, where the Protoss just built a bunch of random shit with air weapons and 1+1 everything? Huh.
Research. Your upgrade just completed.
I need to go back to learning the basic. No, 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 no. You know what? Actually, yes. I don't think it was intentional, but he said basic, not basics. Because if he had said basics, I would have been like, no, build your fucking cybercore. That's it. Literally, that's it. And then we can move on to anything else. But if that's what you meant by saying just basic instead of being lazy and not adding an S, then I compliment you because that's exactly what I would say. Build a fucking cybercore.
This mineral field is mined out.
Macro. And then everything dies, so stalkers are terrible, and those aren't charge lots, and why are we researching glaives? Was this the time to take a macro turn? Like, this is the equivalent of being that guy. It's like everybody's having a good time. Everybody's like, oh yeah, put on Journey. Don't stop believing. But he's dancing, singing, like they're all 58, like, and then in comes a guy with a fucking trench coat and a fedora who's like, let's listen to real music, and he puts on Tool, because that's what he is. Someone who just wants to annoy everyone else with his stupid tastes. That, one, too long, alright? Too long. Songs are too long. Two, not the time. Read the room. Okay? What the fuck? Of all the times to learn how to macro,
Anonymous 13 if you
it's like you're trying to figure out the worst possible time to remember how to play StarCraft. Or maybe you have PTSD. And like after all these like, I remember my training, but only when I'm being slaughtered by Terrans, okay? I only remember how to play after losing everything. And that amnesia level Protoss, or that amnesia level StarCraft, is not very rare, actually. It's very common, where after a traumatic event, people suddenly are reminded of what they were actually supposed to fucking do. The problem is, not that he didn't have Blink, not that Blink is finishing and he didn't wait for Blink to finish, not that he's queuing up the only upgrade that is entirely useless. We shouldn't be going Blink at all. We should open our fucking eyes and keep them open the whole goddamn time. And then maybe you could see that stalkers, instead of looking away, no, watch, watch, look with your eyes open. Watch what happens. Oh, charge is already done. I'll give them that. We just didn't have many charge left, so they just died.
Another upgrade done.
This is how good stalkers are.
The PYLON is being attacked.
The point of this is not so much what unit, like, this is not a more shit versus less shit situation. Both players had about, actually the Protoss had more army supply here. The upgrades are even. It's just that stalkers are literally the worst choice of gateway units. You might be like, what about sentries, Winter? It's like, well, thank you for using your indoor voice. And two, at least he would maybe use force field or something. I don't know. Like, Guardian Shield is pretty good. And also, fuck you. Like, So I make a point of this. This might be
Level
taking it a
1
little too
Slimy
literally.
just donated $25. No further comment,
Alright.
Your Honor.
I mean, with no hotkeys, we're not going to be using it. It's now $42 because I have trauma in my future. Sentries won a pro match with hallucinations. Yes. One of the pro matches from literally a decade ago now was won against a player who had a tendency to leave games for dumb reasons. One time of the literally tens of thousands of professional StarCraft matches. And I think it would have been a better chance to win here than building Stalkers.
Oh no, they're attacking the thing! Upgrade!
The Zealots are doing pretty good.
Don't upgrade them! Oh no! Solid job! Upgrade done!
If I could just get these cannons up in time. No, the answer is never cannons. Sometimes it's cannons, but practically it's never cannons. Not against bio, like 100 supply of bio with tanks. If you kill 4 Marines with 4 cannons, you're lucky.
It's a loss.
So,
Smile, right?
unfortunately, you need to let whatever person decides to play, but only when fights are happening, you need to let them play the whole game. And then maybe you might win some of them. But that's like a C. Because it was platinum. Because the reaction to fucking up the reason it was platinum, and I'm confident and comfortable, by the way. The reason I'm confident and comfortable with saying that's truly platinum is because the reaction to losing everything was to get upgrades, get more bases. But that's kind of where the good stuff ended, because then we went back to using all of that to build Stalkers, which is a little like I don't say build other things. I explicitly, in my guides, though not as much as apparently I should, I explicitly say don't build Stalkers. It's not like a build other things. It's a don't build Stalkers. It's an active no, not a passive like it's not recommend. No. It's a no. Stalkers are a little like lightsabers. Okay. I was wondering if I was going to go the direction of like lightsabers don't actually exist like your skill, but that didn't seem very clever and wasn't the point I was making. Unless you know how to use them, you're more likely to hurt yourself than anyone else. If you need a unit that shoots up and shoots down and you can build a bunch of and you can pretend to micro, build a fucking Void Ray like the rest of everyone. Like pros. Build Void Rays. They can fly. And they're not that much more expensive than Stalkers. Man, they just got a across-the-board buff for some reason. Not too long. Yeah, as soon as you say, like, don't build Stalkers, people are like, but what if he rushes battlecruisers? Well, then build some Stalkers. No shit. And if I had to, like, list out every fucking edge case there, then I go with the what will win 3/4 of games. If you literally build no Stalkers, I am 100% confident I could, with less than 100 APM to make it fair, get to Diamond without Stalkers. Without building not 1, not 4, 0. Probably without losing a game. And that's not like a huge account, like, but it's not, there are no edge cases that cannot be solved by, I don't know, opening Stargate, which is very complicated when you don't use hotkeys. But Where were we? Okay, enough of that. Solid Snake. Didn't you play Zerg at some point? Or was that someone else? He is a... What is that, Diamond? I am following the safe greed Vibu guideline of expo every 2 minutes after my net. Oh my. I take my third at 4:30, then sat my net gas. My Hello Scout 4 or 5 minute It's good to have goals. Okay. Let's get it. I want to get a Zerg involved somehow, so we'll just do this one. A Zerg on the other side wins the game. So a lot of PvZ. It's when the Protoss become the Terrans. What do I mean? They become little bitches. Not nearly as many, but it's a much higher chance. What I mean is, suddenly, like, seeing any Zerg units and just assuming they're going to be making only that until the end of time. And with Zerglings, it might be true. But, you see, like, a Roach Warren, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're doing a Roach Harlot and you need 17 cannons right now. They're like, no, he's right. I mean, we're making fun of him because he wrote an essay there, like a Terran player. But they're all correct things. Vibe isn't dumb. As much as I'd like him to be, so people would watch my videos more. But, like, he knows what he's talking about. And he does a pretty good job of breaking it down. We'll see how good of a job, though.
Construct additional pylons.
Have you re-hotkeyed the 0 key? Are you a Brood War player? Or do you just like hurting yourself? Zero is bound to Tilda. There you go. Wow. Okay. Have I talked about delaying your cyber core before? Has anyone heard me talk about that? I don't know if I've talked about how important it is to get your cyber core as soon as possible. So let me talk about how important a fucking cyber core is. Okay. If you want to do any build as Protoss past a cannon rush, which I hope you do at some point, you need a goddamn cyber core. I might be changing my music, to be honest. You decided now, as you build your Nexus, before your cyber core, you need to change your fucking music? That's just terrible timing. Like, watch some pro games when they're chatting. They're not missing their build. That's terrible decision making. You build the cyber core, you queue up a probe, and then you change your music because you're not going to have enough minerals for your second pylon yet. So you have a solid, like, 8 to 10 second window where you can change your music with effectively nothing going on. But no, not enough experience to figure that one out. Cybercore is lo-fi electronica? Correct. Vibe's build is Nexus first? I doubt it. I doubt all... If Vibe only shows people Nexus first, I think you saw one video of Nexus first. If his Bronze to Masters, like, in Diamond build is Nexus first against Zerg, then maybe you shouldn't be watching him. I seriously doubt it. Like, maybe he does it sometimes, but... I want to decrease the surface area of my core. Maybe decrease the surface area of your mother first. There you go. I was trying to figure out a way to insult you because that was the stupidest fucking shit I ever heard and I need to explain it. You might be like, well, okay, one, you can worry about surface area after you get your cyber core on time. Like then, like if you can get your cyber core within a cyber core of minerals of when you should, then you can decide, okay, like maybe I build it a little further back, what the fuck ever. But you know, the best way to minimize the damage to your cyber core is to get it on time so you have fucking units and or shield batteries to defend your goddamn cyber core. Wrong. The Roach Warren does prompt a response, and that response is a goddamn Stargate. Hard wall. It's 2 base roaches. If you really need to, hard wall. It is not, I need to wall off now. The Roach Warren isn't done yet. Wait, you don't even see the Roach Warren. What is this? What is this fucking disaster? Why is this? No warp gate, and this absolute crime against Protoss sanity. What the fuck? You're acting like, you see, you go getting all educated now, acting like a fucking Terran, like writing out a goddamn essay about how I'm trying to expand at this time, build a nexus at this time, and like get my tech and hallucination scout. I'm fucking hallucinating myself because I thought you had a build, and this is not a fucking build. This is a disaster. This is a disgrace. This is shameful, and this is nothing even remotely close to what you're talking about. It's not even in the same goddamn zip code. I assume because the zip code you grew up in rightfully has an education rate, a high school graduation rate lower than the rate of people building cyber cores on time. There's a good correlation with that. I don't know. I lost a little track of where the fuck I was going. Kind of like you with your goddamn build. The point is, you can't just like, see, this is what I'm talking. Well, actually, no. I was right the whole time. I flailed a little in that whole analogy, but remember what I said? In this matchup against Zerg, Protoss kind of become fucking bitches like Terrans at all times. Because the probe went in. What did it see? What did the probe see? Exactly what the fuck it was supposed to. This is a normal-ass build that you've seen. The probe got in, saw 2 bases, saw a gas, and a pool. Like every fucking Zerg always has. And you're like, oh my god! Oh, if only my fingers weren't covered with Dorito dust, I might be able to wall off in time for the 4 Zerglings he's going to have. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Yes, that. Why are you building a stalker of all fucking things? My 200 gas in the bank after building a stalker without warp gate, son of a bitch. Why are you building a stalker? Why are you desperately walling off like there are Zerglings that can't even really exist yet? You know, what is this? Stalkers do better versus armored. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck?
Get the fuck out of here!
Vibe, I'm sorry. He knows. He doesn't know. He knows not what he's done. Get the fuck out of here. Holy fuck. That is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry, Vibe. I know Vibe in no way said any of those things. Vibe, I am sure, did his best. I know the feeling. To impart concisely and efficiently the wisdom of how to play StarCraft. And then you got people over here like, you know those banelings and armored units which don't even exist? That's what I'm countering. I wrote an essay about my build and the plan, and then I'm in here building a random-ass stalker, and, like, are you playing games in your mind? Is that what the hallucination is? Because that, not a single fucking part of what you said or did had anything to do with what you said at the start. Whatever, like, your official statement about what your plan was did not match up in any way, shape, or form of what you said or did past that point. Saying stalkers are better at armored and banes, and they're not better against banes. You know what's better against banes is fucking air units. And why are we countering Banes? Why the fuck are we even talking about Banelings? What the fuck? It like, if you just said, I don't know, I built a stalker, but because you came up with a reason, and the reason was so fucking stupid, that's why we're here now. The answer for everyone involved was, you shouldn't be panicking, you saw nothing. But assuming you think he's all-inning, then build a fucking Stargate and a shield battery. There you go.
Yo. Yo, guys, welcome to Gold 1 Protoss. Oh my god, my James, they give it the bits.
Where can I buy your used tissues?
For the pylon placement, get a probe on a close patch.
Why are we talking about close patches, Vibe? Close patches and gold.
3 out of 3, right as this probe finishes. Boom. There we go. And now we can chrono boost our nexus.
Keep building probes points.
And saturate our natural. Meanwhile, we can take a stalker and a...
He does build a stalker. I understand why.
Am I building a third gateway here really fast right now? No, because this guy didn't go pool first. He went
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. But this is an important point. I don't necessarily disagree with the stalker first. I disagree wholly with the explanation. That was the problem. The stalker wasn't necessarily the problem. But let us listen to the horse's mouth.
And am I freaking out? Am I building a third gateway here really fast right now? No, because this guy didn't go pool first. He went hatchery first and do a normal pool timing. So there's no lings that are going to be flooding my base right now.
Thank you, Vibe, for chiming in. Moving on. Farm Boy. It took me 38 seconds to find that in the video. I have not watched it, believe it or not. I'm not in gold. I found that in 38 seconds in a 3-hour video. I found that exact scenario and Vibe's exact response. You couldn't find that with 5 minutes of preparation typing beforehand for the game. I'm done. All right. Okay, so first what we're going to do is not get supply blocked for 5 minutes at a time. And also we're going to build units. But, all right, Farm Boy. Did I don't know if I already said shame. I think I was a little,
Shame.
distracted. Shame. Even if I already added shame, I'm gonna add more shame. There's like 5 left. Just in case. Can never be too careful. Okay. So it's a pro brush. You lose to a pro brush. Okay, this is there. Okay, so the counter, interesting. So the counter to a pro brush is attack moving with all your workers because you have more. I'll work on being a bitch and not panicking. Okay. The fact that you were panicking because you were in the... Like, you need to be able to be in the game and not therefore panic. Alright? Just because you scouted he was indeed Zerg, which you should have known when you loaded into the game, doesn't mean it's panic time. But apparently, loading into the game is the cause of panic.
Additional supply.
Okay. The alternative strat is just build a marine, by the way. Oh, we don't have a barracks. Which is interesting. No, just attack. Just attack him. You can also do the little drill thing, then. Or build more SCVs. Just... Like, the Protoss is doing a bit of a fancy strat, but... Like, the counter is still having more workers. Like... Or building a barracks. And then getting a marine. Oh my. So he has, like, this is, you are putting a lot of effort in it. You know he has shields. This rarely becomes relevant because usually you win by just attack moving. But what you're doing is taking semi-permanent damage while he gets shields back. He is able to one-shot stuff. Okay. So he's doing something called a mineral drill by mineral walking and attack moving on a pocket patch. Which you can also do with more workers. Or you could have built a barracks and built a marine. It's harder to do now because you spent all the money. And you can repair your SCVs. Or you could just attack move, and you'll still win, even when he does this. The only way to lose is continually trickle into someone who has shields. This is a lot of effort being put, and this is why this strat works. I feel a little bad, because the Protoss, there's not a small chance he learned it from me. Because this is the strategy I used to get to Diamond. Okay, in my defense, I was pretty drunk. But it's a lot of fun when you are. And then we use Drone Rush to get to Masters, but... He has set, like, count. Did you learn how to count on the farm? I don't know, like, which one of you has more workers? Like, just eyeball it.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid. It hurts so much.
Donation confirmed.
FXPix just donated $42. Being able to play much
It wasn't that,
recently.
like, if this was the immediate response, fine. It took us 2 minutes of this to get here. Oh my. He's not using some magical strategy. You can also do the mineral drill. It's not even that good in this scenario because he just doesn't have enough workers anyways. A-moving normally would still be fine. Notice his shields come back. Oh my god. Oh, this is actually, like, this isn't like memeing, as they say. This is actually...
Oh, it's so fucking stupid. It hurts so much.
It seems every game... This is the... By the way, this is the first game tonight. I will say, this is the first game tonight where you could legitimately say, I panicked. The thing is, I don't think he's panicking. I just think he's not capable of understanding what's happening and is slowly coming to the realization and trying to do the best he can with it. Like, this isn't so much of like, you need to calm the fuck down, but more like, oh, you sweet summer child. Like, it's a little different. Ooh.
SCVs, they're under attack.
You do have to attack, though. Like, Yeah, like, we're not gonna give 3 strikes for this one. That would be mean. This is, because back at home he had enough minerals for 1 probe when he left. It is now the game's over. Because the Protoss is actually just mining. Because this has taken 4 minutes! And we still haven't figured out that 10 is more than 4.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this is one of those legitimate things of like, I don't understand what's happening. Thank you, Big Boy XXX Fresh. Like, this isn't like the existential threat of Zerg or Protoss caused me to panic. This is, I don't understand what's happening. And that's fair. I'll give it that. Oh my god. This is how you get a lifelong, like, hatred of probes. Okay? Oh. This is why people hate probes. Oh my god. And... oh no. Now the beauty of scouting is the, so there's this crazy thing called the mini-map.
Coming through.
Oh, found it now.
SCV ready.
Ooh. Which SCV is gonna build a bunker? You betcha. He's the only one who has the experience. Alright, he's traveled. He's seen the world. He knows how important bunkers are.
Are under attack.
Oof.
This better be good.
SCVs, they're under attack.
That was the bunker SCV. Oh no. Oh, the cannons. Oh.
Armed and ready. SCV ready.
The answer also was build an orbital as quick as possible, because a mule is worth 5 SCVs. It's not going to be any time. I like how this SCV was so optimistic that at some point some angel investor was going to drop 5,000 minerals and we could just build a command center or something, but we don't have mules.
Your command center upgrade is complete.
No. The answer to this, by the way, was just build a barracks. He just didn't build his barracks. His barracks was super late. And then he spent all his money repairing eventually. If he had a barracks, then eventually the probes that are jerking off each other on the mineral patch start getting shot by like a marine. And then they have to do something. Or you could just do what he's doing with more workers, and then you have more workers. There's a lot of options. But we can definitely cross off whatever this was, and we can work our way from there.
SCV ready.
Wait, he's 8 minutes in and just got the orbital? Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for joining us, Snow Cactus. Now you're disappointing Twitch chat and your family.
More shoebox. Command center got better. Add-on complete.
Wow. And this is why people micro reapers.
We finished. Our SCVs are under attack.
SCV ready.
SCVs, they're under attack. Add-on.
Gateway. SCV ready.
More
SCV ready.
We finished that.
SCV ready.
This is a roller
Command
coaster.
center got better.
SCV ready.
Our SCVs are under attack. Research.
Ready to
One of the few times that building 3 turrets is justified.
Mineral field depleted.
Like, This is the most justified turrets I've seen all day.
Finished learning.
Oh no. If we just kill... Oh, I guess there are no carriers. I guess we could land. Hey.
We finished that.
SCV ready. Go, go, go.
The mineral. Additional.
This better be good.
Upgrade. Mineral feed. Your upgrade is done.
SCV ready.
I appreciate the optimism. This is one of those ignorance is bliss kind of games.
The mineral. Your command center up. Mineral field depleted.
This isn't a, I don't know how to deal with that, but a like, well, I got Marines, like.
This better be good.
Command center.
Go, go. SCV.
Mineral field depleted.
Ready. SCV.
Adam.
SCV ready.
Bases. Our SCVs are under attack. The minerals have up and down. Mineral field depleted. The mineral. SCV. We're attacking our.
All right. We're gonna have to, as we slowly do, add more categories. So the answer is to, the only answer, like, you can also mineral walk. You can also, you could build a marine by building a barracks on time. The only answer was not let him whittle down your SCVs. And regen his shields and then run away. That wasn't it. There were a lot of right answers. Oh, here comes Absolute Henny with a 2v2. No description of anything, just 2v2. So I guess, I mean, remember the first replay he had no interest in actually learning anything, so the second one, I don't think that changes. So I guess we're doing this. Oh, I try to make a normal build. That's okay. Whatever you say. Might I remind you, this is 2v2. Never mind. Moving on. This map is so dark. The fuck? I think it like overbalanced the bright snow aspect.
SCV ready.
Additional.
SCV ready. SCV ready. Go, go.
Command center upgrade.
Like, you can do a standard build in 2v2, but I don't think it makes it more likely. I guess this map, like a lot of the 2v2 maps have dumb things like pocket bases. So you can, there's a little less pressure because you can just blame your teammate instead of yourself if you lose. That's a key point. Makes it easier to live a stress-free life then.
Our allies.
Okay, here's what I recommend is building units.
Being complete.
I've had a lot of success with unit building in the past. I recommend you try it. Especially when they're also building units. Usually whoever is able to build does well. No, it's not a turn-based game. This is a real-time strategy game. Some other games definitely stretch that description. But emphasis on the real-time. Unfortunately, you have to take your macro turn at the same time.
Our allies are being attacked.
This better be
You can't just micro and then take your macro turn, unfortunately.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Good. We know that siege tanks can attack without being sieged. Important to note. A lot of players don't know that.
Command center upgrade. Add our allies.
Like, it definitely looks a lot closer to a normal macro build. I think a lot of this is because your teammate was getting repeatedly punched in the face. So you knew the attention wasn't on you, and then you could actually play a fucking game instead of out-thinking yourself into oblivion.
Our allies.
This is why people play team games right here.
Research.
SCV ready.
Command center. Upgrade. Mineral field. Base is under attack. Our allies. Mineral field completed.
It actually is true. So, like, fucking grow a pair. You need to have this attitude in 1v1. Even with units in your base, it carries over. Because if you can make it the first 5 minutes, like my saying, not every game up through higher diamond is decided in the first 5 minutes of the match. But most of them, 95% of them could be. In that first 5 minutes, we've seen all day today where, like, you see your opponent in a 1v1 game and you proceed to have a mental breakdown. We saw it for the Protoss and the Terrans of, like, oh my god, he's a Zerg and Zerg exists. Or, like, he's a Protoss and Protoss exists. That is literally all that happens and people have breakdowns. All you need to do is don't panic. Like, this game, you made a lot of the mistakes you'd regularly see even Diamond players make, which are forgetting you're playing a real-time strategy game. But your strategy, at least, was okay. The real-time was the problem. That's easier to fix. When the entire strategy part is broken, and you decide your reaction to things is building 6 turrets, that's a much bigger issue than being a little faster and a little more practiced. Okay. Yeah, that's obviously an issue. I mean, he's ruining your base. This is the most important time to not slip. I mean, there's not that much to build. You did. But this is when you're building upgrades, SCVs, anything like adding more production. As it becomes clear your teammate's about to bail you the fuck out, like you kind of did for him, that's when you're... No. Microing 4 Marines is not more important than building 40.
Go. Gangway coming through.
This is that Mech Marine mix that I've heard so much about. Here we are.
This better be good.
Slap down a couple more factories and see what happens.
You want a piece of me, boy?
What?
Ready, but
Stop alt tabbing.
SCV ready. Gangway coming.
Our SCVs.
We call it the Biocurious blend. Alright. It's in vogue. Yeah, you need to get that money down, and I don't mean just sending in an angry coach. Okay, what is your income? You have 2,000 minerals and 700 gas a minute of income. I'll let you run a few numbers here. Just take a few seconds, think about it. 2,000 minerals and 739 gas a minute of income. Okay. Why are you gonna hang your teammate out to dry like this? Oh, he's fine.
Mineral field depleted.
I'm excited to find out what we're gonna build out of those starports when we finally lose enough units to get unsupply blocked. The supply block, like, before you go into a fight, supply, workers, upgrades, production, fight, supply, workers, upgrades, production, fight, supply, workers, upgrades, production, fight, not fight, 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 production, fight, fight. There you go.
Complete.
Scan, fight. In this game, maybe just fighting this battle will win you the game. Probably. But, like, there are other games where it won't. And then it'll come down to what you were doing. Like, you're the best of this 2v2 of Metal Leaguers, but that is not saying much. In fact, that's almost an insult. Because you're playing them. It was definitely better, so this proves you are indeed a bitch who struggles with responsibility. But not a dumb bitch. And that's important. That one was a B. B. Okay. It's almost more sad. Because the problem's in your head. I mean, that's where they all are, right? When you really think about it. But the problem is you can't calm yourself down enough to actually play how you seemingly know how to. Like, you proved that you know how to play a semi-competent Terran. Not super, like, it was a little, like, it was confusing. It's like, why are there lentils in here? It's like, I don't know, I thought I'd throw them in. This is a cake. It's like, but it's a vegan cake. It's like, still, explain the lentils. Were there no other options? Actually, there were no lentils. The lentils in your build were the starports with tech labs that existed and did nothing but build medevacs anyways. So, like, why? Like, in case I need them. Maybe just build more Marines. Are we done yet? Almost. This is a ruin. Honestly, my voice is okay. It feels like before it was painful. For those concerned, it was different because it was actually like an injury. Now it's just exhausted. Which is different. Hopefully. The fuck is Roscallion? Wait, did you send two? Two? Really? This is what we're doing? This is from the 16th of May. Why didn't you lead with this? I'm like, wait, that's 2v2 man. Is it the same? Are you playing with the same dude, or does it just happen to be another random Zerg?
Go get him.
I thought Winter quit Angry Coach. Couldn't handle watching garbage plays anymore. Much like most things you come up with in your own head, they're wrong, dumb, and with no basis in reality. If you had disposable income, I'd recommend you for Angry Coach.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Additional supply.
SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready. Gangway.
Command center upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
Our SCV
211 bits.
complete.
What are you gonna micro Marines?
Base.
Here we go. The wall off worked out.
Our allies are being attacked.
SCV ready. SCV ready. Armed and ready. SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Is this the same guy? Wait, let me check. Yes. Same teammate. I'm like, this seems very similar. I usually with 2v2s, I'm like, why don't you send me a real game? But if you're playing with the same dude, you're obviously both better. This is significantly better than what we just watched. This is 2 months later. I don't know how much you've played. Maybe none. But there was an actual spending of the money while the attack was happening. I don't know. I guess just building turrets isn't a terrible reflex. I'll allow 3, but that's a push. It's a little much for someone who hasn't seen any air units. Okay, there you go. You see, this is noticeably better. The reaction is not build more turrets first, though I'm sure we'll get there. It's build more starports. Which, in 1v1, I would say is a dumb idea. Build Marines. But when your teammate can go roaches, going like Vikings is a great idea. So, not... It's a much better reaction than, here, let me build turrets around the entire base. Like, turrets aren't terrible to... Turrets are used to delay. Static defense in general is to delay until your units can get there. To make it difficult enough that you either deter or delay your opponents until your units can save the day. It's not your static defense's job to save the day on its own. It's a real game. No upgrade. Is there an armory? I don't know if you have an armory. Upgrade. Ship weapons are very important for Vikings.
Our allies' base is
Like, if you're building a lot of them.
under attack.
We could use some help.
The opponents were good. I have no problem with how you played that. The ideas were there. I mean, it wasn't incredible. Obviously, it was disjointed and probably... Like, it's your teammate's job to have a ground army that can win if you're going to go Vikings. But it was probably an overreaction to air. But every part of it was better, besides the losing, but that's just because the opponents were better than the previous ones. That's the PYLON. There's not much else to comment on, then you kind of died, but judging it as a 2v2, it's fine. But in a 1v1, you would not slap down 3 more starports. That would be not a good idea. We now have level 1 slime back again. Rolling back around. No further comment, Your Honor, he says. I'm sure he's commented more than that, though. Actual game, though, he comments. Diamond Protoss. We will get no Zergs today, unless X Big J plays Zerg. Which I don't believe so. Is this a 12 pull or is he just AFK? It's 12 pull.
Pylon.
The other thing to check is the gas. You should have checked the other gas. Because the relevant point here is it just slow lings, or is he super all-in?
Chilling for 21 months.
So, in seeing...
Save those...
No, you don't block the base. Did you canceled it, right? But, like, there was no reason to lose that probe. Blocking the base... Yeah, it's canceled, but, like... It's much more important to keep the probe alive than it is to block the base for 3 seconds. That was dumb.
Donation confirmed.
You just donated $3. Have you been watching your blood pressure winter with these replays? You probably would get a stroke if I sent one in.
Guys, when it comes to Twitch chat, you're like, Winter, why aren't you more interactive? Why aren't you a nicer dude? And not too many people ask. But I forgot my requisite I forgot to chuckle. You know how I know? I guess the first one's got flagged because it had pill in it, which for some people in some scenarios, like with what people have creatively tried to say over text-to-speech in the past, I don't blame it for being filtered. But of course, like, I see it and I'm like, I have to make a decision, like, do I read that out loud? And sometimes I don't notice it or I don't. Sometimes I do make that decision though. Moving on. That's not a terrible wall. That's... You can't lose the Zealot. He has no, like, there's no reason to lose the Zealot. You could have popped out the Zealot in front of the probe and worked from there. Losing the Zealot was obviously bad. And so, well, now you lose the gate, like, this... You can't lose the Zealot. It's more like I'd rather lose the gate. Like, keep the Zealot alive, lose the gate. Because now you're left with one Zealot, which is not enough. You would get a second Zealot out in time, even if he was just hitting the gate. You can't lose the first Zealot. That's it. That's the simple version of this. This isn't a bad recovery, but you shouldn't need to recover. It's not the end of the world. Like, just taking no probe damage and getting your Nexus on time, that was actually the... Like, it's hard to tell the correct response because you don't know exactly how committed he is. But that's a good standard response with the information you have. I mean, this is the highest MMR player by about 800 we've seen tonight.
Research is done. Your force.
How many probes you think you built during that Adept micro? The answer is several, but then you stop.
You're researching.
Well, actually, you only missed a few seconds. That actually wasn't terrible. How many drones? Oh, well, you wanted to kill more drones. Slimy, what did you see in his base? What did you see? I'm gonna slowly fill it in like Wheel of Fortune here until we get to the right answer. We'll see how long it takes. Queen's Lynx? Yes. Alright, let's hint one. What didn't you see? No gas. Oh, he got to it before I said it. No gas. But I didn't see it in game. I suspected so. You were too busy worrying about the 12 slowlings that he had. But that is by far the relevant point, is no gas. Which means even if he wanted to, he's still several minutes off having anything but slowlings and queens. So that means you don't need to kill him. In fact, it's going to be difficult to do so. You could probably just take a third. At least you have time to go for whatever tech you want. I don't know exactly what you do, but based on the fact it seems like we're going to go charge lots. Charge lots not the ideal. Like, going into charge lots after this doesn't really do well usually. Because by the time you get charged like a Warp Prism and enough gates, he's very likely... Also, how does he have gas? Oh. You didn't see the one gas he had in his match. I'm looking at his gas. I'm like, he has gas. Oh, so we missed that. Everyone missed it. Including me. Mostly because it wasn't scouted. It is kind of odd for him to have that gas, but it is something that... It's more important, once you see he's going to defend the Adepts, to scout than to kill, like, a couple more lings or drones. Because you need to know, like, is he going to do a follow-up with roaches? Or is he just going to take a third and build a bunch of drones? Like, there's been nothing... Oh. There's been nothing done wrong yet. It's just kind of an awkward time to commit to a charge lot all-in. But it is Protoss, so, like... Fuck it. Like... No, you don't want to... He's seen it. If you didn't notice, he had slowlings. You gotta go, like, it's time... This is not something you wait on. You don't wait for another... Like, you go as soon as you get there. Backing off is fine, you still get the hatch. This echo, though, why is Winter copying parting? Have you tried not having two tabs open of the same stream?
Upgrade. More pylons, more power to you.
In some of your the donation window that you had open 3 times might be the one fucking it up for you. Need I remind everyone? Thank you for the support, by the way. I'm happy to help.
A mineral field has been deployed. Mineral.
I'd probably still go with armor, but what I would mostly go with is getting more gates on time. By the time you get to 60 probes, you should be looking towards 10 gates. Not 6. You just can't warp in enough units.
Mind out of that. Upgrade. You have engaged the enemy. Your pylon is under attack.
This is a storm. This is a more than one robo situation, is what it is now. More than one robo or a whole fuck ton of archons, but you can no longer fight. Once he gets like half a screen, once he gets a speedula full of army, then that's too much. I guess that's not quite a speedula full. But, you really gonna rely on disruptors? Is that really what we're gonna do? Do you think that's a good long-term plan? He sent this in because he hit like a couple sick disruptor shots. Make no mistake, he does. And the only reason we're watching this is because he hits the disruptor shots. But having a immortal count that is reliable instead of losing them by whittling them down across the map while doing some occasional charge lot counterattacks is probably better. But we're here because of the disruptor shots, I assume. I'm like, this almost looks like a competent replay. And he didn't even have any comments about what to do to improve. Here you go. Unlucky zealot.
You're all mine.
He's actually, it doesn't even look unpracticed, the hotkey usage. Like he's legitimately using multiple hotkeys. And it doesn't feel clunky. It doesn't feel like I'm doing this because I know I'm supposed to, but I don't like it.
It's finished up.
It actually feels like a thing. So maybe we give him the disruptors.
You took all the minerals.
It's rare we find that opportunity.
Mind out of that cluster. Research finished, but I'm still...
It's a lot of the time like... So, a lot of people treat disruptors and units like oracles, like ravens, stuff like that. They treat it get the binder out, Jimmy. They treat it like an obligation. It becomes such a whole deal. Even though it should be like not a big deal, because they're usually using the Selecto Army hotkey. Except replace the relevant parts with oracles, disruptors, Templar, whatever. But to your credit, it doesn't feel like that. So
GG.
It's real. I always hoped it was real, but I never checked. Of course it's real. Alright. Anyways, that was actually good. Almost every part of that I wouldn't make significant changes to. Little rough around the edges. Maybe could have handled the early game better. It's an A-. But like, you keep on that track, you get, that's Masters. With not even really anything changed. Like, that's Masters. You play enough games. Masters 3 is mostly like, can you handle anything happening without having a mental breakdown, and also take a third base without stressing yourself out so much you need, quote, blood pressure pills. That's most of it. It seems complicated, but I mean, there's a few other things, but like, that's most of it. Gateway timings is the big one, I think. And not forcing a charge lot all in. You can use War Prisms to annoy people as opposed to just kill them. That's about it. The X Big J is a Platinum Protoss. There will be no Zergs today. Only on the other side of the story.
Good luck and have fun. You're gonna need it.
Is that the right spot? I think so.
You
It really has a much more dramatic effect throwing the spray down when it doesn't get your probe killed, and also it's not going to be covered up with a hatchery. Like, I gotta say, it's an A for effort, but like a D for execution. Because it may directly lead to you losing your probe. Best case scenario, nobody sees it as soon as you built a hatch. But like... wow. No. Oh my. Okay, we got there. Is it gonna be Deets? What's it gonna be? Slaves. You gonna remember your other gates? There you go.
Research complete.
Nothing to really complain about yet. It's mostly coming together.
We need more Artosis.
Here we are. Here we are.
Glory to the day.
They're attacking our cute little probe.
Glorious combat.
Here's the real struggle bus. Okay, I mean like... You can't lose... You can't lose all your probes at your natural to 6 Zerglings. I know it's hard to do more than one thing at a time, but like... No. No. It's more important to not lose all your probes than it is to damage a hatchery. Oh, sweet Jesus. And I like how you go back to the adepts, like, well, I guess those probes are fucked, and indeed they were. Yeah, like, the worker count is even, because he did a silly, like, Zergling drop build. The reason he does that Zergling drop build is people like you lose double-digit probes to fucking Zerglings when they have glaive adepts. If a glaive adept is within the room, like, a glaive adept doesn't even need to attack. The Zerglings just spontaneously combust. But you managed to lose your entire natural to a Ling drop, and that's why people... You have the adepts in the main. Oh my god. Like, all you gotta do is not micro. You just need to aim move the adepts to the right location. Oh my god. It's a little late to be doing all that. Jesus Christ. It's a mess out here. Adepts are so good. Did you just, like... Well, I guess they're dead. You're right. I like the just... No, it's not time for a third. You don't get a third. I know it seems like an important thing, but that's for people who don't lose 11 probes to Zerglings. All right? Well, I didn't think we'd get an opportunity here to use a relatively fresh meme, but here we are. Until this is not happening, you don't get to take a third. All right. Mostly because you do actually need to warp in adepts, because he's just going to have a bunch of hydras, because that's all he can do. You might not recognize it, but he has next to nothing. He built a bunch of spines, which kills drones. You kill drones, which kills drones. He has nothing at his third, which isn't very many drones. You need to build units and live. You haven't even taken the third yet, but you're about to.
Finished learning.
Like, you can't go back on the autopilot now. No. You have the answer. The answer is more adepts. He's got hydras, he's got lings, and he's got a low economy. You can't go Templar and Nexus and nothing else. This is how you die to like 12 hydras.
Mineral field depleted.
No, you can't also get forges. It's like, I guess I get to play the rest of the game now. Is he just not gonna attack? Well, then I guess you can get away with it. Never mind. I'm wrong. You're right. Congratulations. I can't believe this Platinum Zerg is playing like a bitch now.
I know. You can't.
I mean, this is the correct way to play. Is just, huh? Like, I have to choose what kind of hypocrite I want to be, because the correct way to play is act like nothing happened and do your plan. And I'm telling you not to, even though most of the time I'm like, Stop freaking out and do... Like, there's got to be a middle ground somewhere. But I guess if 60% of the time they just let you go do your plan and that window where they could have killed you passes, then you're still winning 60% of the time, so...
Upgrade!
We're gonna get everything.
Your forces are under attack. The minerals have up and gone.
Is that a second Robo-Bay? No. Oh, the Colossus was halluc.
Your upgrade is done.
Oh, lurkers. So yeah, what happens if you decide to go every single direction means you get nowhere fast. He had barely any drones, he got back to 60, and he rushed lurkers with Hive. Which is not a bad move, because a lot of people don't know how to deal with lurkers. Let's see if you're one of those people. I mean, I guess...
The minerals have up.
There you go. We're gonna get... What other tech buildings haven't we built? We're gonna get the fleet beacon. We gotta get shield upgrades. I don't think we have blink. No, that's it. It's not a bingo card, it's literally like a tech tree wallpaper. We've literally checked off every bit of the tech tree besides a fleet beacon and shield upgrades.
Mineral field upgrade. The minerals.
And now we're working on those.
Your upgrade is done.
He's getting observer speed, getting warp prism speed, fleet beacon, shield upgrades, air upgrades. Yeah, we're 100%ing the ladder.
Resting.
That's the non-carrier answer to lurkers. It depends on how many lurkers. If it's hive tech lurkers and they have double digits, the answer is carriers and attacking anywhere the lurkers aren't. If it's not hive tech or it's 10 or less lurkers, you can probably just brute force it with Immortal Archon, Charge Lot, and some Storm. But once they get double-digit lurkers, you kind of just... You can't really fight on the ground where the lurkers are anymore. It just doesn't work anymore. They're very good at that. The carrier switch was actually really well timed. It was only really well timed because this game should have been over, but instead the Zerg lived. But I mean, I can't. I've kind of cornered myself in my commentary. It's like, do you want him to just kill him on the first opportunity, or do you want him to focus on his build? But the build shouldn't be get everything and then max out. You should max out with like 2 branches of the tech tree, alright? You got a Robo, and you got like Templar. Then you max out, and if it's not gonna work, then you go Stargate. You don't get to like 158 supply. You're like, alright, it's time for triple Stargate with 4 different upgrades at once. That's how you end up getting overrun. Make the WES mark. But it's better to have everything and not need it than need it and not have it. But it does. There is some middle ground. I mean, I saw lurkers and just thought Stargate carrier, which is correct. I mean, I have to add the asterisk of if you're ahead on economy, especially. It is correct.
And they're out of here.
So in context, it was all perfectly good, perfectly fine. It's a B+. No. You lost 11 probes to the Zerglings you knew were there and had already made effort to get that. That is the kind of stuff that will lose you games that, like, you can't just lose 11 probes to Zerg. You just don't do that. Just don't. Otherwise, fine. Just don't do that. Well, Angry Coach, I hope you enjoyed. Welcome back. I hope it was educational, entertaining, something in between. Like and subscribe. Good luck, have fun.